Creatures of Sonaria just added and updated their lore document, which is a bad idea to me because I don't really like the idea of them having lore or like trying to desperately build a base for them to stand on. It's stupid. It's childish. The writing and the narrative and the storytelling is like a Wattpad level bad. And I don't see why they're even doing it to begin with. Maybe it's to justify what they're doing and why they're adding these random creatures and try and like hide away from the fact that they're just gimmick gacha collecting game. Maybe. I'm not sure, but hey, that's what it seems like, because usually some if not all games I know revolve around their lore, right? They're revolving around the lore, or if they don't have lore, they don't have lore. That's it. But Sonaria seems to be writing a lore that's revolving around what they're adding in the game, and to justify it with these like, I guess you could say clever writing, but I don't really want to give them any credit for that, and it's kind of silly. But yeah, writers of Sonaria, what are you doing? It's kind of bad that you're trying to legitimize and make sense with whatever you're trying to do in the game by making it seem like it's a thing in the lore, and it's kind of silly to me. I don't know, it's your thing, whatever. And the wardens, right? So they start off with the wardens. The wardens and their real names and their titles, which is cool, whatever. But some wardens, like the Gara, they don't really deserve their title because you know the stats. You know, every courser know how weak and pathetic it is. Yeah. So I don't know. It's just my opinion. And they also explained why wardens are like the warden species are even added to begin with. Apparently, they're the incarnations, the embodiments of these deities and their ideologies, which is stupid, which is very stupid, because we all know many of these wardens could be slapped to oblivion very easily, whether it's by a worm baby or it's by a dinosaur-looking thing that has a pickaxe for it too. And yeah, it's just kind of stupid. If you want to make like a creature that is parallel and basically the physical body of these like divine creatures, then why not make them a little stronger? Hell, why even make them playable creatures? Why not make them NPCs? Or why even integrate them to the game? Why can't just they remain as statues and player can go there and just like do some mini quests or something to get like blessings or curses? That would be a great idea, wouldn't it? Like the blessings give them some mush or like refill their resources or whatever, and then the curse like takes away their HP or takes away some of their much and whatnot. So it's always a gamble. It's a fun thing. It's productive too. They're just not like, people are not just gonna fly by these stupid statues randomly placed around and go like, okay. Instead, they're gonna be like, hey, maybe I can do some quests. The second thing they added is the explanation of the world, and I don't really care for it. I don't know why they even add this, because Sonaria, like the recode map and the original map, is just a tiny little land space covered with water. That's about it. I don't know why they go in depth, but hey, I guess we're here, and like we've already seen almost any type of gimmick creature being added to the game anyway, so who gives a shit, I guess. And the thing that caught my attention is the timeline. And they write about how the wardens came to be, then they created the universe, and they made Sonaria the hub of the universe, which is, so far so good. And apparently these creatures, these warden creatures, right? And they created other planets individually, and all these other creatures are also living in Sonaria for some reason. Who fucking knows, man? Who fucking knows? They're just adding it for the sake of adding it, I guess. Apparently they are experiments to see how long they would survive or whatever, with Sonaria being this like lush and like this plentiful place where any sort of creature could survive. Yeah, I mean, yeah, sure, whatever. But why? Why? Like, are they already like pre-evolved? Or are you like trying to evolve them here and see how long they can last and then put them back in their original planets? Like, why? It's stupid, because like you're forcing them to evolve in an environment that's entirely different from their home world. And it's like you're actually like fucking up their evolutionary genetics and their codings and whatnot, because simple things like invasive species, maybe lack of predators or lack of prey, and the food chain and the ecosystem and whatnot. Every basic biology lesson just thrown out of the window. But hey, who cares, right? This is a scenario we're talking about. So yeah, I'm just saying, like even on Earth, if I brought like the same bunnies but from different continents and put them in a lush, like perfect world, there might be some that thrive, there might be some that like cannot, because each of them are like growing in their own sense and they have their own predators and their own prey, and it's kind of silly to assume that they could survive off somewhere just because it's like plentiful to them. Stupid. And like calling them field experiments, why? That's stupid. It's like that disregards the idea of how evolution is even. So like you're telling me these omnipotent wardens who create these planets and worlds and whatnot can't even understand the basic idea of evolution and creation. It's just it's silly to me, and it's just trying to give an excuse why all these like ice cream cake monsters and angelic wardens are all living in the same place. It's just a cheap excuse to tell them, hey, we're definitely not a gimmick gacha collecting game. We're certainly an ecosystem with fantasy lore, blah, blah, blah. You're just trying to give a cheap excuse. That's what I personally think. I'm not saying they are, but that's what it seems like to me. And it's kind of sad. It's really honestly kind of sad. And yeah, they even talked about the respawn thing, which is amazing. Maybe it's not about the respawn thing, but maybe it is. I'm not sure, but it does feel like it. And they're just basically saying like, hey, creatures respawn with full memory. Sometimes they don't remember. Their lore feels like it's revolving around their gameplay and their business decisions rather than them revolving around their original lore. Maybe this is their original lore. If so, then it just kind of proved that they were going down south to begin with. But hey, I don't hate the writers. I just think personally, in my personal opinion, in my human God-given right as an individual to have, I think this is Wattpad quality shit writing and storytelling that is just a cheap excuse to hide them as these gimmick gacha collecting studio, right? And that's what I think. Tell me what you think, right? Write down your comment ideas, whatever. Just tell me what you think. If you disagree, politely tell me what's wrong with it. We don't have to fight, right? And if you do agree with me, don't attack the people who don't. Like, just let them be, ignore them, whatever. If they're being aggressive, it's their loss. They obviously don't know what the hell creature Sonaria is. So yeah, if you're a person who plays this game, and if you're a person who have been here since the golden era of creature Sonaria, when it just felt like a normal ecosystem, like and subscribe. See, apparently there are over 70% of people who are not subscribed to me, so you should definitely hit that subscribe button. And I need some views. I need some juicy views. Alright, have a good day.